welcome everybody. This is Shana Melissa Stockman, the world wellness expert. I will help get you better and feeling better when your doctors don't, won't, or can't. Welcome to our members only access section. Kudos to you for turning up and investing in yourself, because investing in yourself is the best investment you could ever make. Well, first, we're going to start off with just a little bit of housekeeping. If you haven't been noticing the emails from myself and our team, please check your spam folder. If you see them there, drag them to the main folder, mark them not spam, and enter the email address they came from into your email address book. That'll help you avoid future emails going to your spam. Also, the emails have been inviting you to subscribe to the YouTube channel. There's lots of gold nuggets there. All of these links are in the emails as well. The YouTube channel is Shana Melissa. So when you go to YouTube, type in Shana, Shayna, MELA, and click the subscribe button. It's free. And that will give you reminders when we're going live and there's new clips. Also, if you haven't already joined our new Facebook group, there's lots of others just like you that can help provide you with the support you need in a private community. So the direct link is in the email, but you can also just go to Facebook and type in Holistic Healing for High Achieving Women. Men are allowed in as well. So again, check your spam folder. If you don't see them, reach out, subscribe to the YouTube, Shana Melissa, and click join the Facebook group, Holistic Healing for High Achieving Women. Be sure to answer all the questions so that you can get in. Okay, so congratulations to you for investing in yourself. Congratulations to those that completed the biohacker tracker. Oh, I am welcoming someone else in right now. So congratulations to those that completed the biohacker tracker. What we're going to do, the biohacker tracker is going to show me where your strengths are now and your weaknesses. So it'll help me better help you focus in on your weaknesses. Periodically, we can repeat the biohacker tracker to see our progress and see where our weaknesses were and now our strengths. What are our new weaknesses, right? And also it helps me better assess where the group as a whole needs help. So kudos to those that completed their biohacker tracker. I know, Joanne, you're one of them. You're getting a bunch of points for that. Liz and Erica, as well as some of the others. We're also gonna do, and we'll drop the biohacker tracker link down below if you haven't already completed it. And I can tell you this, the biohacker tracker, out of those that completed it, areas that were the biggest deficits in this group were pain, fatigue, mood, yes, definitely low energy, sleeping issues, coping issues, gut health, and the fact that you're on multiple meds. So those are all areas that we're going to address here. And also, we're going to give points out towards cool perks for interacting. So the more interactions you do, the more points you get. You see the biohacker tracker, that's points. Subscribing to the YouTube channel, Shana Melissa, that's points. Joining the Facebook group, that's points. So if you haven't already joined the Facebook group, if you haven't dropped your introductory post there, please do. You're going to get a few points for littler interactions, like more points for a heart, more points for comments, because that takes a little more time and energy, and even more points when you post your own post. So feel free to drop a post, introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, what you plan on getting out of the group. If you've learned some gold nuggets, drop those on a new post too. You'll get more points for that. And they're going to be some cool perks, especially to the one that gets the most points. What else we want to say? We started showing you the dashboards. You should already have access to the dashboards. If you don't, definitely reach out to the team at Shana at worldwellnessexpert.com. I'm going to show you a little bit of the dashboard, and you're going to notice you have access to the modules for your course, and there's other modules there that can be unlocked as well. And there's lots of cool things in there. Let me show you a little bit of the dashboard. We also, one of the first modules we went over is an introduction to myself. Even before I want to show you the dashboard, we start off with mindset mastery, right? You have to believe you can do something, and then you're going to take action steps to make that happen. So mindset is a very powerful foundation, and that's why we start with mindset. And I don't know if you guys ever went to ask for directions and you ended up asking someone who's never been where you want to go, and they're guessing on how to get there, and you're like, man, I wish I could have asked someone that's been there, done that. I want to show you, I have been where a lot of you are. So I have taken that path and I can show you how to get there. Only take directions from someone who's been where you want to go, right? They haven't been to Tony's Pizza place. They can't tell you how to get there. So I was a lot like a lot of you. I was left feeling helpless and hopeless by the doctors, even the specialists. More tests, keep doing tests. Fine, you don't like my answer, go to another doctor, go to another specialist. So try this, try that, like I was a guinea pig. And with several autoimmune problems, and I myself was suffering with massive fatigue, massive pain, all these weird autoimmune issues, weird rashes, wheezing, hives, irritable bowel. I was even diagnosed with MS and lesions on my brain, that I was left feeling helpless and hopeless, right? The doctor can't help you. You go to the specialist. He can't help you. What do you do? I want to show you that there is hope. And that now, fast forward, I had all those problems and weight gain, inability to lose weight. I was maxed out on meds, and then try this other med, take a med for a side effect of the other med. That now, since I'm doing what I'm doing, which I'm going to show you how, I am off all of my prescriptions. I have no more pain. I have great energy. I'm back to my ideal weight, my ideal blood pressure, sugars. I'm energetic and I'm happy. And I want to show you guys how to do that too. So take directions from someone who's been there, done that. And now I'm going to show you a little bit of the dashboard. Hopefully I'll share the right screen with you. And we did drop the link down below for the biohacker tracker. Oh, that might not be. No. Oh, sorry. Hopefully the screen share works out okay. Oh, here's the biohacker tracker that you should have gotten an email for. And there is the link right down below in the comments, where it's going to ask you what's your energy level, your mood, motivation, happiness, memory, stress, ability to cope, gut health, go into rashes, pain, sleep, anything else you'd like to discuss. And now I'm going to show you, this is your dashboard. So when you go into your dashboard, it's going to look just like this. And up here, we're going to have the home button, a little bit about us button, and contact us. So if you have any questions, you can click the contact, send an email right there. Okay. So that's going to be a little help. Send an email to Shana@worldwellnessexpert.com. Now we're going to go back home. I'm going to show you some cool features. So here we have, this is the course that you paid for, right? Access now. And it's going to show you all the individual modules. I broke them up into about 15 minutes each, so you can squeeze them in lunchtime, dinner time. You can't sleep at 3 a.m., pop in a module. Not all of these will unlock because they're not in with your package, but you can unlock them in the future. So please start at the beginning. That's info and getting started, where to subscribe to the YouTube, how to join the Facebook group. And then it starts off with mindset, because we must believe to achieve, right? And each of these sections, you can click the access now. Then I'm going to go through all the modules that are going to be the big course. We're going to have the intro, get started, believe. I'm going to go into some deep breathing, getting uncomfortable, retraining our brain. This is all under the mindset portion, mastering your mindset, spring cleaning, meditate to get happy, attitude of gratitude, you're deserving, treat yourself, confidence boosters, recap. And each section is going to have a recap. You're going to have a couple autoimmune modules, including intro to AI, not AI, that AI, but autoimmune. You're going to have autoimmune basics about tests and traditional testing. We're going to go into how to discover your triggers, alternatives to use instead of what you're doing now that's triggering it, drinks and foods that may trigger your problems, your health problems, and not only what not to do, but what you can do instead. We're going to help you combat fatigue. And each section is going to have a recap as well. Then we're going to go into food pharmacy. Now, if it says clone, there might be a section repeated, because drink triggers and healthy alternatives should also be in the food pharmacy section. So if it says clone, that means it might be in another section as well, but it's important to this section, because some people might be like, wait, I just want to go right to food pharmacy. And I want them to be able to identify their triggers first. So it's going to go into how to identify and discover your triggers. What are healthy alternatives? We're going to go into quick and healthy cooking hacks, gut health, gut, heart, brain, how they all interact, how to improve leaky gut, what are prebiotics, probiotics. We're going to go into heart health, discovering your triggers for heart health, gluten, because a lot of people with autoimmune have a gluten intolerance or gluten sensitivity, especially if they have celiac. We're going to go into that. Then we're going to go into a recap of that section, food triggers, alternatives. Then we go into biohacking. What is this biohacking? How do we do it? Why is it so important? What's the root cause of our problem? When we attack the root cause, we can stop the progression, but not only stop the progression, we can reverse it. Now, when we reverse the progression, the symptoms go away. Without the symptoms, you think we need the medications to treat the symptoms that we don't have anymore? Without the medications, we don't have the side effects, dependencies, lethal overdoses, and interactions. We're going to go into the 4 root causes of most of our medical problems. We're going to go into free rads, oxidative stress, mitochondrial malfunction, toxins, the difference between simple supplementation and gene activation. Then there's also a pain alleviator section. Now, let me just scroll back up. I'm going to show you a cool few things in your dashboard. So remember up here, the contact tab, that's your help. When you access this section, say we go into, let's try this one, the intro. There's going to be, it's going to tell you everything that's in that module on the right. When you click it,
so glad you're here.
You can click this little square button and that will make it full screen. Whoa, pretty cool. And you can click this other square on the lower right and that'll make it a smaller screen. But let me show you the bigger screen. Oh. When we're on the bigger screen in the lower right over here, oh, it disappeared. There's a speed button where you can do half speed, double speed. And there's also buttons to, right here in the lower right of the screen is going to have a 1 time, 2 times, 0.5 times. So you can make it half speed, 2 times speed, 1.5 times speed. But also, let me see if I make it full screen. In the lower left, right here, you can go back a few seconds, the arrow circle back, or the circle, half circle forward means go ahead, skip a few seconds. You can adjust the volume right here in the lower left, that little microphone, turn the volume way up. And this play button, the little arrow right there, you can stop it at any time, take notes, do the call to action, rewind, fast forward, increase the volume. You're like, Shana talks too quick. Let me put it on 0.5, half speed. So I think there's some really cool features here. I also wanted to show you, not only will it show you what's in each module, at the end of the module, you can mark it complete. So you don't even have to remember where you left off. And you can go back and watch them at any time. Also, what's cool is in each section has a workbook that goes along with that section. So right here, it says download wellness workbook intro and mindset. You can click that download arrow. And when you download it, you can save it to your computer. You can also print it out from the download. Some of the pages are full color with lots of pictures, so you might want to save ink and not print those. But other pages I made easily to print in black and white with lines like a workbook so that you can fill them in. So I just wanted to show you that, and I hope that helps you a little bit. Let me unscreen share. I hope you were able to see that. Let me look in the chat. Drop your questions in the chat. So we have the YouTube channel direct link in the chat if you're not already subscribed. Hi, Elizabeth. Hi, Liz. Hi, Joanne. We also have in the chat a few other links to the biohacker tracker. So if you haven't filled it out, please copy that or click on it and save it, or click on it and save it for future so you can fill it out again. We also have the link in the chat to join the Facebook group called Holistic Healing for High Achieving Women and a Few Men. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. And feel free to drop your questions here. I filled out my biohacker tracker. Yay! Extra points for you for filling out your biohacker tracker. Drop your questions you may have there. And let me just do a quick time check. All right, we're doing pretty good. I am going to leave time for a couple questions and answers. So those that jumped on board late, we're introducing you. Welcome. Kudos to you for investing in yourself. We said if you're not getting the emails, reach out to Shana at worldwellnessexpert.com or click that help button on the dashboard. Subscribe to the YouTube, Shana Melissa. Join the Facebook group, Holistic Healing for High Achieving Women. If you haven't posted an introductory post, do congrats, raise your right hand up high, pat yourself on the back for a job well done. What else? For those that just jumped on board, we showed you the dashboard, how to slow it down, speed it up, how to print out the wellness workbook. Print out just the sheets that you'd like, because there are so many sheets. I've created over 200, maybe 300 slides for this course. And a lot of them I put in the wellness workbook, so you don't have to stop and take a million notes. Okay, you can just add on anything pertinent. Also, we went over the biohacker tracker. A lot of people had problems with pain, fatigue, sleep, coping skills, gut health. And those are the things we're going to want to focus at. I would love some insight on alternative pain medication for headaches. I take Motrin, but let me finish reading that question. Yeah, keep dropping your questions. We'll have time for a couple. Oh, okay, yes, okay. I guess I'll get right to a question. So the question is, I would love some insight on alternative pain medication for headaches. I take Motrin, but have stomach problems lately. Any suggestions for a week without beating up my stomach? Yes, that's a very good question. Thank you for that. So some of these questions, I can give you so much information. I can't do it all right here, right now. First of all, one, you got to stop the Motrin, because Motrin eats at your stomach and it's not good. It causes gastritis, ulcers, hemorrhages, bleeds in the stomach. Not good. If you have black stool and you're not on iron pills and eating a lot of spinach a day, you definitely need to stop it. I want to help you use healthy alternatives. One, we have to try to pinpoint your trigger for your pain. Is it when you heavy lift, you hurt your back because you're lifting too much, you're not bending at the knees? So one, I will help you also one-on-one try to attack your root cause. So we want to get to the cause of your pain. So think about what brings on your pain. That'll give you a good clue on what's triggering it. Is it heavy lifting? Is it that you're waking up with the headache? Maybe you're grinding and clenching your teeth in the sleep. So one, get to the root cause. What's triggering your pain? What brings it on? What makes it go away? What makes it feel better? Are there any other symptoms that go along with your pain? Because that can be another clue as well. And also, like I said, Motrin's harsh on the stomach. The advice I'm giving right here is general, because I don't know everyone's specific, unique situation, like their allergies and what other medications we're on. Tylenol is a little safer for the stomach. However, you don't want too much Tylenol either, because that could affect your kidney functions. Okay, so we have to use everything in moderation. I'm going to show you some foods. So we're going to help you identify your triggers. If there are certain foods, if you have autoimmune issues, there's a lot of foods that could be triggering it. We're going to go through that in the modules itself. Keeping a food diary. I want you to keep a diary when you get your pain. What brought it on? What made it go away? What symptoms were attached to it? Was it every time you eat things that trigger autoimmune, like gluten foods? Was it that when you eat tyramine cheeses? And also try to eliminate the Motrin. Definitely take it with food. Try to alternate it with Tylenol instead if your kidneys work okay, because that's a little lighter on the stomach. But there's also a lot of foods we can use for medicinal purposes, right? Using foods can harm us or help us, right? Certain foods might trigger your problem. If you have celiac disease, right? Glutens or gluten sensitivity might aggravate your symptoms. I have one of my MS clients, onions makes her MS flare up. So we have her stay away from onions. So try to identify your triggers, but not only foods to stay away from, but there's foods you can use for medicinal purposes. There's foods that are natural anti-inflammatories. Some of them I like to use. Garlic. Garlic might flare up some with MS, but these are foods that are great anti-inflammatories. Garlic, walnuts, almonds, and there's a whole bunch of them. And when you go into the food pharmacy section, you're going to see a lot of them. There's also turmeric. Turmeric's a great anti-inflammatory. Green tea, right? Green tea helps reduce oxidative stress and free radicals. So you can have a green tea. You could throw in some ginger. Ginger is a great anti-inflammatory. You can throw in some lemon juice in there. Lemons has the power of antioxidants as well. Omegas, fish oils. You can start cooking with olive oil. Olive oil is a natural anti-inflammatory. Eat more of the fishes that contain the omegas. And that's just some. Avocados is another one that's high anti-inflammatory. There's so many of them. And in the food pharmacy section, in the workbook, you can actually print out the foods that are natural anti-inflammatories as well. And in the workbook, there's a page that has pictures of all these foods that are natural anti-inflammatories. You can circle the ones you like to eat and put them on your food shopping list, right? You don't have to write them all down. Say I give you 30 of them and you like 5 of them a lot, add those 5 to your shopping list. How cool is that? Let me see if there's any other questions. Maybe I have the time for one more. So thank you for your question. That gave you more points towards Cool Perks. Yeah, you definitely have to lay off the Motrin. These meds are meant to be used once in a blue moon, not regularly. So I've seen patients that the doctor told them, oh yeah, just take Motrin. And he didn't say not more than 5 days. So they took it 3 times a day on an empty stomach, long term, and developed gastritis, ulcers. I remember a client once came in and was fainting on me. And that's because he was told by his doctor to take anti-inflammatories, and he wasn't told just limit it to 5 days. So he was on them chronically. He looked pale as a ghost. He had a GI bleed from the anti-inflammatory. So that's very important. Try to only take it with food, not before bed. It's going to sit in the same part of the stomach. Only try to limit it to a few days max at a time. Let's see if we have any other questions. Hi, Joanne. Oh, you're welcome, Liz. You guys are great. Let me see if there's anyone else we have to admit to the room. So I hope, and also I want you guys to keep a food diary. If you're not sure what foods aggravate your symptoms, it's important. You can start a food diary and write down every single thing you eat and every single symptom, and we can track it back. I help you do an elimination diet where you start off with just a few foods for a few weeks even, and then no symptoms. Every few days, you add one new food. Okay, today I'm going to add onions for 3 days. No symptoms, then it's probably not the onions bothering me, and I can eat that. 3 days later, I'm going to add one other new food. Okay, now I'm going to try bread that has gluten. I'm going to try that for 3 days. Oh, my symptoms aggravated. Oh, okay, so I can't eat bread. That's called an elimination diet, and I can help you guys in further detail. Yes, someone just posted dairy aggravates them. A lot of times, especially people with celiac and autoimmune, when their celiac acts up, it's not only gluten foods, they also need to stay away from dairy for a while. So the elimination diet can totally help you figure out your triggers, because we don't want you to stay away from everything that might trigger a lot of people, right? We want to tailor it to you. And keeping that diary will help you, because sometimes it's not till day 3 that you ate enough of the food that the inflammation is coming out and showing the symptoms. Okay, let me see other questions we might have. Do we have access? Oh, sorry, I lost the question. Do we have access to more than the just? Yes, you have access to several modules. Keep going. I have a feeling if you only did 3 modules, you did the intro and 2 mindset. Each section has a couple of modules in it. So you have an intro. In the mindset, you have 2 modules. In the autoimmune basics, I believe you have at least 2 modules. You have basics and triggers. In the food pharmacy section, you have at least 2 modules. And in the biohacking basics section, you have at least 2 modules. I believe for this course, there is 9 modules. In the bigger course, there's 20 some odd or more modules, maybe 30 something, I don't know. So you should have at least 9 modules total. I have a feeling you just went through the mindset section. Scroll down further. Some will be locked and some will be open. That's a very good question. And you'll have opportunities to unlock more as well. And at the end of this course, you'll have opportunities to unlock some, if not all of them. Food diary, yes, is a good idea. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Because a lot of people aren't sure. You might eat cheese for 2 days and then get the symptoms on day 3. And yes, lactose is a huge part of autoimmune, especially if you have celiac. When you have a flare up because you've been eating gluten, you also need to stay away from the milk for a few weeks too. But there's lots of healthy alternatives now. Some people can get away with the lactate milk, the lactate cheese, the lactate pills to give them that enzyme, the lactose that their body's not making. All right, let me do a quick time check, see how we're doing here. Oh, we're doing good on time. All right, give me a quick second. Let me see if I can give you a couple more foods for anti-inflammatory. We said walnuts, almonds, omega-3s, that's in your fishes, pistachios, cherries, avocados, berries. You can make that green tea drink with the lemon and the ginger. I remember I had a flare up. I'm not suggesting this to you. but I had an appendicitis flare up and I was not letting my appendix taken away. So I was eating all foods with anti-inflammatories, and I did some other things, and I biohacked and activated my genes, and I revved up production of my own antioxidants and a few other things. And I got to keep my gallbladder. Okay. I'm not recommending that to you because they can burst, but I was making green tea with, I was putting in turmeric and ginger and lemon and walnuts and cinnamon. And you can mix multiple anti-inflammatory foods together. Like you can cook your fish to get your omegas in the olive oil, right? And then you could sprinkle it with some lemon juice, and you can brown it in some garlic. But keep in mind, these are general. Garlic is normally an anti-inflammatory, but like I was saying, I have an MS patient that garlic actually aggravates her symptoms. So we have to tailor to each individual person. Celery and onions are normally anti-inflammatories for most people. And avocados is good. Oh my God, imagine you make your own guacamole. You put in the avocado, the garlic, the onion, those are all natural anti-inflammatories. Add a little bit of the olive oil and some of the other seasonings that are natural anti-inflammatories. That'll be good. All right, let me see what other questions we have. Good idea to try foods for a period of time before we remove it from our food list. Yes, some people, they can do it in reverse. The easiest thing is this. I find if you stick to a few basic foods that you believe, let me X out this screen. You could do it either way, but I recommend if there's a certain few foods that do not aggravate you, say chicken, eggs, and I don't know, something else, I would stick to those few foods first. For they eliminate a true elimination diet is 4 weeks. Okay, 4 weeks of sticking to foods you know don't aggravate you, and then introducing one new food that you think may aggravate you. And if it aggravates you, you don't eat it again. But if it doesn't, you eat it day 2. And if it still doesn't aggravate you, you eat it day 3. And then if it didn't aggravate you after 3 days, it's safe to say it probably doesn't aggravate your symptoms. So the true elimination diets, they want you to stick to bare basics for 4 weeks and then introduce one new food every 3 days.